Hello and welcome to Expletives Included. Today we're doing yet another Steven Universe ReWatch podcast. Today we're going to be watching... I'm sorry, again I haven't written any notes. We're doing Keep Beach City Weird, and we're also doing another gem fusion.
Fusion Cuisine.
Fusion Cuisine. Thank you, Keir. I promise next week I'll be much more professional. I've kind of just got back from my holiday and I'm still feeling a bit out of it. I'm not sure if I mentioned this last week, but I ran out of coffee, so I'm running on decaf. I'm hoping maybe a placebo effect will do something, but who knows.
You terrible, terrible fool.
For believing
both things.
For both things.
Well, actually, all three things.
All of the things. I'm terrible for everything.
Yes, we're never going to be more professional.
How dare I even suggest such a hideous, hideous concept?
Yes, because then you're putting the idea in the audience's mind and they might start expecting it.
I mean, we're only trying to improve our audio quality by actually using proper programming and professional
they can
mics.
never know.
Give us the details of the episodes here.
Yes. From behind the curtain, episode 31 of Season 1B, first aired October 30th, 2014, written by Raven Mulsey and Paul Vilko, and directed by Ian Jones Quarterly. So, we begin the episode with Steven screaming for Pearl.
And to be saved from the evil, evil thing that's off screen.
Yes. And I like the fact that Pearl just rushes out, spear in hand.
Well, yeah, she needs to protect Steven from the deadliest foe yet. More Stevens. We all saw how Steven and the Stevens ended. We don't want a repeat of that.
No, but these are different coloured Stevens, perhaps from another planet.
Or maybe they're just the other gems transformed into Steven, because they're playing Steven tag.
The deadliest of tags.
Well, Amethyst does get kind of face slammed into the beach so hard that it kind of makes sandstone.
Though, do you notice how Amethyst Steven has long eyelashes?
Yes, but did she always have long eyelashes, or was it just when she was kind of doing the cutesy face?
I think it was throughout.
I didn't fully notice that, no. But I did notice it, like, you know, she does kind of cute eyes. I can't remember what she's trying to say, but she might be trying to convince Pearl to kind of turn into Steven.
Yeah. So, Pearl rushes out to save Steven. Steven climbs up Pearl to get away from the shapeshifted Garnet and Amethyst. And Steven pokes Pearl in the forehead, tagging her, and then sticks his finger in her mouth.
Yeah, that was a bit weird, but Steven's young.
You don't stick fingers in other people's mouths.
You do when you're young, and it's disgusting. It's one of the reasons why we hate young people.
Yeah. So anyway.
But here's kind of, well, I'm not sure of the rules of Steven Tag, but usually if you're it, then you're not running away from the other people. Unless, well, there might be some kind of rule in that Steven can't get tagged by the other Stevens, otherwise he might lose.
Well, he can't transform into them. Yet.
But it's his game, it's Steven Tag. And once you're tagged, you turn into Steven.
Well, the rules of Steven Tag are deep and complex, requiring a deep understanding of Buddhist philosophy and ritualistic cannibalism.
It's deep lore here, that's all we need to say. It's deep lore.
No, I'm just pulling shit out. There's no deep lore on Steven Tag.
Are we sure?
As far as I'm aware, so it might be the very deepest of lore.
I think there might be something to this Steven Tag, especially given the episode we're watching.
Yeah. So, basically, they're out of players, so
Oh, yes.
Amethyst...
There are other players because Pearl won't play, so they kind of escalate the game, and that's where Amethyst gets face planted by Garnet into the beach.
Because Garnet wins.
Garnet always wins.
And, you know, then just Stephen's walking down the beach happy and singing a song.
Well, yeah. Garnet won, you know. It was gonna happen.
On a long enough timeline, Garnet always wins.
And does he, like, say something about how, you know, he can't win Stephen Tag even though it's his name? But that's okay.
Because it's just a game.
Mm-hmm.
And then the episode steadily goes downhill from this point.
Because Ronaldo appears?
Yes.
Are you not a fan of Ronaldo?
I am not.
But he's so quirky.
He is what we call in the business an edgelord.
I think I've heard you use this term before, but humour me.
An edgelord?
Wait, no, let me rephrase that. I know exactly what that means, but for our viewers, would you indulge me?
An edgelord is a term we use on the chans to mean someone who is so dark and mysterious they are nothing but edges. Basically, it's someone who thinks they're edgy but is just lame. So your average teenager.
Mm-hmm. How old is Ronaldo, though?
It is not known.
Because I wouldn't be surprised if he was around the 20 mark. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a bit older than a teen.
Yeah, that's the sad part of the edgelord.
They're your average everyday teen, but they're not teens anymore.
Yeah. They often own a fedora, a number of swords,
a neckbeard.
Which I think is a terrible thing, because I'd quite like to collect swords for their historical value, but I don't want to be an edgelord.
Well, no, because you're allowed to. Well, as far as I'm aware, as long as you don't purposefully and solely collect katanas and Japanese swords, you're safe.
Ah. So I'm okay in buying my Persian shimsha.
Yes. I'm not sure if it's like okay to have one katana as long as it's kind of interspersed with everything else, but I'm not 100%. You might need to kind of stay away from Japanese swords like altogether.
Okay. Well, that seems fair. I mean, the second purchase I was considering was a bronze Kopesh.
Yeah, if you kind of go for those kind of obscure swords, I think that's okay.
Well, I know, I found a good supply for a Kopesh.
Nice.
Anyway, so Ronaldo is wearing military fatigues and some kind of earphones.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. It's not
Yeah.
explained why.
Well, I can understand the military fatigues.
Because he needs to kind of go under the radar.
But why is he wearing the giant headphones that stop him from hearing anything?
Are they just kind of like to block out noise, or is it somehow connected to his camera, or is it...
I'm not sure. I think they might just be noise blocking.
Okay, yeah.
I mean...
I can't explain that.
I mean, you'd want that in a paranormal investigation case of sonic attacks, but...
Maybe that is what it's for.
But you wouldn't wear them all the time. But then again...
But he's out on the field, he's conducting research, so...
But then surely you need to have all of your senses at maximum heightenedness.
It's something that only Ronaldo knows, and those who investigate the paranormal.
So go over onto X to find out more. So, basically, Stephen asks to join Ronaldo.
Well, you know, Stephen is told that he's not allowed to be there without permission, and so he asks for permission.
And Ronaldo grants it, and then demands he puts Ziploc bags on his hands and feet.
So that he doesn't contaminate anything. Obviously.
Yep.
I know how these edgelords think.
Yes, suspiciously so.
Don't worry, I don't own a katana. Or a fedora. Or a neckbeard.
Anymore.
I'm deep undercover.
So anyway, Ronaldo is looking at the holes in the side of the cliff face. They're still on the beach, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
That were caused by the tiny drill monsters from Arcade Mania.
Which, of course, we remember, but Stephen doesn't.
To be fair, it is Stephen.
He has a memory, I think.
I don't think he remembers anything before Stephen Tag.
I'm sure that if we asked him what the Konami code was, he'd be able to tell us. Or maybe a few of those jingles from adverts.
He'd probably remember those, yes.
He could tell us, like, every single one of the guys.
He could probably tell us the Cookie Cat theme.
Mm-hmm.
But he couldn't say any of the monsters he's fought.
I think he could probably remember, like, the sea worm that he defeated all by himself, and the invisible monster that he defeated with the help of Sadie.
And the foot.
And the giant foot, which he single-handedly saved Beach City from.
Yeah, giant foot. And he might remember Centipedal.
Maybe
But
not.
not
I'm not sure, because does it, when we do actually like see the baby Centipedal, does it seem to you like Stephen forgot the first time he actually met Centipedal?
Kinda.
Or at least just didn't realise that they were the same monster because he was small and cute this time round.
That seems quite likely, to be honest.
Mm.
I mean, I think he would remember Centipedal as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Ronaldo and Stephen are discussing coincidences and double coincidences.
Well, no, because Ronaldo was like saying it's deeper than a coincidence. It's not just it goes deeper.
Hmm.
And then Stephen's like, double coincidence? And I can't remember, does Ronaldo agree to this? Or is he just like, it just goes deeper? It's deep.
Well, he was just, well, you'd know this already if you followed my blog.
Mm-hmm. Which no one does. Although, you'll be able to tell me this. Is there actually a Keep Beach City Weird blog?
Yes. There is a fan, curated, I suppose, Keep Beach City Weird Tumblr that's officially endorsed by the Crewniverse.
Because I think I remember, maybe you have said this before. I was just double checking because it seems relevant right now.
Because memory is not a thing we possess.
It's not a thing I possess. But I think I can safely say that I'm marginally better than Stephen.
But less adorable.
Well, that's just an impossible standard, Keir.
That is true. That is true. I mean, how can anyone compete with those luscious locks?
So, they go around Beach City.
No, we're not at that point yet. Because first, Petey shows up.
Yes. And basically tells Ronaldo to stop being a doof.
Because it's time for fries.
It's time to work. It's time to do 9 to 5. It's time to get a job, you lazy hippie.
Yeah.
But, you know, PD just kind of covers him because Ronaldo is weird.
And, you know, Petey is the responsible one of the family.
Even though he's like 12.
8 or 12, yeah. Also, we learn that Petey has no other shoes than his slippers.
Maybe they're like Crocs or something.
No, they're slippers. They have no heel.
Or
and have no holes.
So they're not like flip-flops or anything, or? I don't know.
No, they're like carpet slippers.
Hmm.
And he's way out on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, now we cut to the boardwalk.
Yes. I believe the first thing we come across is the weird red rocks.
Yes. And which Ronaldo discovers with his quantum flux weirdometer.
Yes, which is going off the charts. And it's got like a little ball in the centre of it which is kind of going all over the place. And I would not be surprised if on the back of the quantum flux detector thingamajig is just like a little kind of lever, which he's just kind of flipping around to make it look like the detective's doing something, when really it's not.
You see, I thought it was like one of those put the ball in a hole games.
Mm-hmm.
So he was just holding in his hand.
That too. Because, yeah, it's like the electromagnetism in the airwaves that would be more concentrated in locations of weirdness.
Yeah.
Because of the Illuminati.
So this weird, jagged rock, Ronaldo believes, grew up from the ground.
And totally wasn't anything to do with that apocalyptic event that happened like a few weeks/months ago, where the giant red eye in the sky was coming to destroy everything.
No one remembers that.
It never happened.
Then, strange flower petals.
Which aren't from this world, or even this dimension. Which, it's okay for us to do that, because we're kind of satirising, we're parodying, we're making fun of Ronaldo. But he does it legitimately.
We're internet radio professionals. Ronaldo is just a quack.
What did you just say about labelling us as professionals, Kay?
Internet professionals.
Touché. You
know, that's like being a professional comedian. Not really a thing.
Really? I thought it was fun. No.
Anyway, now Ronaldo takes Stephen to his secret cliff-top lair.
Was there no other weird things in Beach City? There were the holes, there was the gem shards, there was the petals. No, I think that was it, yeah. Yeah, they go to the secret lair because Ronaldo knows that Stephen's like on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
And it's the lighthouse where Amethyst almost killed herself.
Yeah. But, though we haven't been in here before.
We haven't actually been in the lighthouse now, but there is still the white picket fence around the cliff.
Well, Pearl decided they needed a fence.
Mm-hmm. And by Jove, they got a fence.
Yeah. So, Ronaldo shows him the big board.
The board.
About snake people.
Or Sneeple.
Yeah.
Which is how they prefer to be known.
Who control the government.
They control the mammals.
They can... Well,
they use the government to control the mammals.
And you know...
What is it? They control... They kind of throw people off the trail of the Sneeple. They kind of use politics and wars and anime message boards to distract us
from the real details,
from the realness. Yeah.
And
they get people arguing over dubs or subs, and that's a Sneeple conspiracy.
And of course, there's the secret diamond mines.
Diamond mines?
Yes, the diamonds on the currency that may represent their underground mines. Or their sharp teeth. We're not sure.
I don't remember those lines, but I will trust you, because you are the more professional of the two.
And because I have the transcript up in front of me.
Exactly. That's what I said.
So, Stephen rushes home in terror.
Well, actually, no. He kind of walks outside of the lighthouse with his mind just thoroughly blown. And then there's a snake on the ground. Because the snakes are watching. They have surveillance everywhere.
Looking at, the background of the Steven Universe wiki is a delightful image of Beach City. And you can see that Stephen would have to walk all the way into town, then all the way out along the beach again to get home. That's a long way for a little fat kid to walk.
Yeah, but he is half gem. I'm sure that confers some kind of speed boost, stamina thing.
I like to imagine he rolled down in his bubble.
Gem magic hamster ball.
Exactly.
Whee! I can see that.
Yeah. And, anyway, he gets home. Pearl is washing dishes. And, he explains the snake people problem.
And they need to snake-proof the house.
Yes.
And he gets thoroughly laughed at.
Yeah. And then gets shown, no, do you not remember, Stephen? These were all the things we did.
And then he's like, this is the part where Stephen's like, it's everything that weird that happens in Beach City because of us?
Yes, obviously.
Pearl kind of explains this, that, yeah, what else would it be?
And Ronaldo is outside the house again, investigating the crater.
Which we saw earlier this morning. From Stephen Tag.
Yes.
And Stephen feels like he needs to tell Ronaldo that he's kind of wrong about all of the weirdness in Beach City.
And he feels that Ronaldo needs to learn the truth. But
Ronaldo is having none of it. Because the truth does well.
Do you want me to do the whole thing?
Yeah, you do the whole thing. Do the transcript.
Don't get hung up on these minor facts. Truth is about more than that. Truth is a feeling in your gut that you know is true. Truth is searching for anything that proves you're right, no matter how small, and holding on to that no matter what.
And Stephen kind of points out that's not what the truth is at all.
It's pretty much the opposite of truth.
Yeah. And Ronaldo is like, dude, but this crater, man, it's gonna throw open the lid and we're gonna have everything explained. And then it's like Stephen frozen in carbonite.
Yeah.
And it kind of explains everything, that everything weird is because of the gems.
Yeah. And, and then, very sadly, Ronaldo walks away realising he's at the centre of nothing. He is nothing.
There's a bit where I think where like Stephen kind of walks up and like Ronaldo's like, Stephen! And his eyes are all kind of anime and massive and eyelashes.
Oh yes, that was when Stephen first came up. Yes.
And that was just kind of, I don't know, that was weird imagery that I really liked. It was...
What? Kawaii Ronaldo?
Yeah, I think it was... I don't know, I just think it was very silly. It got a chuckle. It bears noting.
So, Stephen goes back inside and slouches on the couch. Pearl comes up, sits next to him and tries to pat him on the head in a very awkward manner.
And he's just broken Ronaldo and he's sad.
And then, Pearl gives basically the lesson of every science fiction story.
Humans aren't special, they're not important, and they're not at the centre of anything.
Again? Transcript again?
Yeah, if you feel like it's prescient.
Oh, Stephen, humans just lead short, boring, insignificant lives, so they make up stories to feel like they're a part of something bigger. They want to blame all the world's problems on a single enemy they can fight, instead of a complex network of interrelated forces beyond anyone's control.
So yeah, humans be silly.
Yeah. But it's also nice to know what Pearl thinks of us.
Well, to be honest, she is like maybe 6,000 years old or older. Older, I think, yeah. So humans, like from her perspective, do live quite short, insignificant lives.
Yeah.
And we've kind of seen that she doesn't kind of regard humans too highly, because there have been lots of things that she's like said. Just like how it's like, well, even humans have gone into space. I could totally do that.
Yeah. Though, I do feel in this episode that Pearl's interaction with Stephen is a lot more loving, I want to say. Affectionate. She's slightly more physical, but she's sort of... I think it's a nice development from the space episode.
Where the kind of closeness began, you think?
Yeah, I think this is the real beginning of their closeness. So, we go back to the Fryman's Fry establishment.
Where Ronaldo has kind of come down with an affliction that I would imagine affects lots of edgelords.
Yes. Realising they are in fact a normal fag.
Yeah.
Please note, I do not mean fag in the derogatory sense against homosexuals. It is more an epithet for person.
I thought it was just like a 4chan term.
Yes, that's what it means.
Just person.
Yes.
Well, we're using 4chan vernacular, so I'm sure that people would not jump on this as us being dreadfully homophobic. I mean, surely I've said plenty of other things which they could gather that conclusion from somewhere.
I'm just covering our bases because Steven Universe has a very big Tumblr following.
And we don't want to do anything to upset Tumblr.
No, we do not.
So I'm actually going to stop talking right here because, honestly, we don't.
No. I'm actually quite a big fan of Tumblr. I like it.
I have kind of a warped view of Tumblr just because I don't go on it, and I kind of, well...
It's all about looking at the right places.
It is. It's, well, the same as 4chan. It's all about looking in the right places.
Or in my case, the completely wrong and horrifying places.
Yeah, I don't like it when you show me stuff from those places.
But I do, because you scream so hilariously. I'm a good friend.
Unicorn Samurai.
The things those insects did to the women.
Wait, what? I think I might have blocked that one. Did you show me that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh no, was that from like the comic, the like same comic that Heavy Metal was kind of based on?
No,
because I think I'm thinking of, well, basically there was this weird comic where humans were like in these completely covered kind of bionic suits, but then they kind of take them off to have sex. But then, like, the insect swarming comes and kind of devours them.
Did I send that to you?
Yeah, because I think we were talking about Heavy Metal and you kind of sent it to me.
Oh.
Or you actually had the comic and I read it. I can't remember. One of the two.
I think I sent it to you because I don't have it physically. But yeah, that's a really good comic, actually.
Yeah, it was interesting, but it was weird.
No, I was thinking of some of the D stuff I sent you.
Yeah, that's permanently blocked. That's in the vault.
You had to make an expansion because of me.
So
back to the Fryman establishment.
So, I was going to say, so getting away from all this nightmare fuel kinky sex stuff, Stephen decides to dress up as a snake person for his fetish to please Ronaldo.
He's a reptile kin.
Dude, what have we just said about not upsetting Tumblr? You can't go throwing these words around. In fact, we probably shouldn't have insulted fedoras and neckbeards.
No, that's fine. That's allowed on Tumblr. Look, I have a lot of respect for most things. I think people should be allowed to do whatever they want.
But not otherkin?
No, they should be allowed to do what they want, but I should be allowed to make fun of otherkin because of how ridiculous they are.
Yeah, and from my experience of like what Tumblr is like, you don't have that right to make fun of people because of how ridiculous they are.
And that's why I don't have a Tumblr blog.
Okay, you just go there. You don't actually have a blog.
No, I just browse.
Yeah.
No,
that's what I said.
Though I have considered starting one. But I just get into so many arguments with people. Anyway, so
yeah, Stephen becomes Reptilekin.
And Ronaldo knocks him out and kidnaps him and takes him to his lair for kinky bondage time.
Look, just because someone invites you to their sex dungeon doesn't mean that weird sex stuff is going to happen.
Knocks you out with a potato and then ties you to a chair.
For science. It's all very scientific here.
Yes, because there's a video camera. And a miner in the room.
2 miners, but
Well, Ronaldo doesn't know that.
And yeah, Ronaldo gets kind of, well, another thing which kind of Ronaldo says is like, no, everything's normal. The only weird stuff was because of these kind of intergalactic aliens that are living in our city, kind of fighting giant monsters. It's just everyday, boring, normal things.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? I mean, I know it's like a different kind of universe that the gems live in, but still, surely even now that's a bit weird. Because like when we like think about how other people kind of react to the gems and kind of see the gems, they're not normal. Just because it's because of the gems, it's still weird.
Yeah.
But he's just like, oh no, the pink rocks were just from an alien doomsday weapon that was sent here to destroy us. It's normal.
Well, you know, it's like being in Tokyo. But, you know.
Godzilla attack.
Godzilla.
Not going into the office today.
No, you still have to go in. But you're given a ticket in case you're late.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's just like if the subway's late, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm. It's also the same for Gojira attacks.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
So anyway, the interrogation is about to begin when the gems show up.
And Ronaldo is just like, I wear armour under my uniform.
But first sort of Pearl is, we've come for our Stephen, and Garnet has to hold her back.
Mm-hmm. And then they do kind of beat up Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, kind of goes against, if we remember going back to Tiger Millionaire, Pearl is like, oh my god, you've used your powers against humans. How could you ever do something so awful? And now she's just beating on Ronaldo.
To be fair, she doesn't use any of her powers, she just punches.
That's true.
And, you know, Garnet only breaks a barrel over his head.
She doesn't actually use her gauntlets, although she is wearing them.
But that's more for effect than anything.
But yeah, it's really weird that Ronaldo wears like golden armour. I think that's just a bit weird.
It's for his LARPing.
Is it actual armour then, or is it just kind of foam?
Well, no, you have metal armour sometimes. You know, you never have foam armour. You have leather, chainmail, or plate. Though, given the form of it, I'm guessing it's Greek.
It did kind of give off that feel, yeah.
Which is actually a fairly popular subgenre in LARPing. Sort of Roman Greek.
It's not something that I've ever kind of come across, but yeah, I would imagine it would be quite popular.
It sort of sits on the border between historical reenactment and LARPing. But anyway, so Ronaldo tries to use his psychic ghost powers on them.
Yeah, which goes about as well as you would think.
And Stephen reveals what really happened.
That he was just trying to fix Ronaldo.
But let's be fair.
Ronaldo can't be fixed.
I was going to say a lobotomy might fix him, but
But other than that, how do you fix an edgelord?
Well, to be honest, a lobotomy wouldn't do much.
It's like, this guy's clearly an idiot. Let's take out some of his brain, see if that helps.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose we could get him a girlfriend.
Anyone who would go out with the author of Keep Beach City Weird probably wouldn't help him with his problems.
Well, there was that AI from Gravity Falls. The 16-bit one.
Yeah, that didn't help Zeus. That tried to kill Zeus.
I don't know. I think
Did it try to kill Zeus, or anyone who would take Zeus away from her?
Both. She tried to kill Zeus, but But I think it could help. She could help Ronaldo. Give him some confidence.
Hmm.
So, basically, once this is revealed,
It's down to PD to try and save the day.
well, Ronaldo has a little bit of a breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Then PD tries to get him to go off on a different direction. And then we learn who the true enemy is.
Level 8 beings? Something?
The Diamond Authority.
Oh no, because we kind of like have this kind
Yeah,
of
we have a
dialogue.
long-
It's a level 8. What is it? You've got their kind of transcript there.
It's gibberish even to me. Level 8 beings are pulling the strings, but they're
a worker colony.
a worker society incapable of such organisation, and then he kind of actually puts stuff together. Diamond means polymorphic sentient rocks.
Well, yeah, which is what the gems are.
Yeah.
And given like what we know of the gems and the fact, kind of what you said from future episodes, like Pearl is a defective Pearl, so kind of like maybe mass produced or just, it's kind of, it kind of makes sense. He's making sense, which is weird, because I wouldn't be surprised if like the gem homeworld is like a worker kind of society.
Well, or level 8 being means something.
Oh well, I have no idea what that means, but it's
Well,
obviously more advanced than humans.
Well, it would be quite interesting if it turned out that's what Pearl is. So anyway, PD, Stephen, and the gems wander off.
Well, also because kind of BD kind of passes like papers to Ronaldo, and he kind of puts them all on the floor and looks around them, and it is kind of like it. We've got the ocean gem kind of catastrophe where there was where the ocean disappeared. There was the bit where the cinema was attacked by the training drone. There was kind of all this gem stuff. There was the picture of Leonard Nimoy.
Oh yeah, which I think is actually a reference to he had a show looking into weird stuff. What was it? I watched a load of it. It was really good.
I never saw it, but
It's worth watching. It's from the 70s, so kind of campy but really fun.
As you'd imagine it would be, yeah.
But
and then he does also say gems on the dollar bill. It's because of the gems, and like gems are kind of controlling everything, which they might be because they have been here like since before humans even. And I think it wouldn't be kind of, well, we don't know what the war was about, but we know that Rose kind of objected, and she was very fond of humans. So, well, we don't know, and it's all kind of very weird. And he does actually use the term Diamond Authority, which...
And that they're hollowing out the Earth.
Yeah, which... Well, we haven't heard anything about that. I have no idea where he's got that from. Maybe just like the lapis lazuli kind of thing, maybe. Or...
It's a phrase to pay attention to.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying, worth paying attention to.
And yeah, I'm not sure if I've heard Diamond Authority yet, but I know that I've heard you say it.
Yeah.
Is it just like a term that the fans have latched onto, or is it actually like what they're called?
It's a term that the fans have latched onto. The series is called In Search Of. That
Leonard Nimoy did. Okay.
Yeah. 145 episodes of weird paranormal stuff.
140?
145.
That's a lot of episodes.
Yeah, it ran from 77 to 82. Yeah, it's sort of like stuff like In Search of Ancient Astronauts. Really, really entertaining stuff. And it was and Rod Sterling did the pilot. But you know, it's this kind of stuff that X-Files was based on. Anyway.
So yeah, and then Steven's like, is Ronaldo going to be okay? He's kind of doing the crazy laugh thing.
Yeah. And you know, Petey's just, he's happy now.
Yeah, he's happier this way.
Yeah. So they walk away, and then Ronaldo shouts out to the world, they're going to hollow out the earth. It's part of the Great Diamond Authority. They'll take on any form. You can read about it on my blog. Also, it should be noted, Pearl is carrying Stephen away.
Yeah. Because of closeness.
Yeah. Well, you know, she just had her Stephen stolen.
She's just got him back.
Anything you want to say?
Oh, just like another thing that we missed, just where Stephen kind of goes out and he's like, I'm just going to go fix Ronaldo. I'll be back in an hour.
Yeah.
Because an hour will be all it takes. He only needs an hour.
Well, yeah, that's, you know, a double-length episode.
Well, I think the idea was just he would dress up as a snake person and say, yeah, I'm controlling the government and shit, and then run away, and that would be that.
Yeah.
Didn't go that way.
No.
But I don't know. I quite enjoyed this episode. I thought it was very silly, and I don't know. It was just, I don't know. It was silly, but it was exciting. It was fun. I liked it.
It's a silly episode. I don't particularly like Ronaldo as a character, but this was bearable. Yeah, it was fun. So let us move on to episode 32. Fusion Cuisine. First broadcast November 6th, 2014. Written by Lamadra Abrams and Helen Joe. Directed by Ian Jones Quarterly.
Because every time we say his name, it needs to be a little bit weird.
Well, yeah, he's awesome.
Also, for the start of this episode, I think it bears noting now, the decaf coffee does nothing.
You are a fool.
It tastes nice.
That means nothing.
It means nothing.
You are effectively drinking water.
Effectively, yes.
When will you learn and just stock up on Pepsi?
I've got a bit of Pepsi. But it's like all kind of Diet Pepsi that was left. I didn't buy the Diet Pepsi. It was bought for me.
Good. You know my disapproval of such things.
But I did buy the Pepsi Max for myself. I'm trying to cut down on sugar, but I kind of need that sugar boost.
Yeah, you wonder why you're tired.
I think it's because of all of the walking and travelling and...
It's the lack of sugar. Honestly. Don't you know sugar is one of the 4 major food groups?
5 major food groups.
No. Let's see, sugar, pizza, caffeine, and chocolate. Those are the 4
Are you
main
sure
food groups.
it's not protein, fibre, carbohydrate, sugar and fat?
No, I'm quite sure.
Okay.
Pizza is definitely one of the main food groups.
Oh yeah, because it's like a pie chart thing, and one of them is a pizza slice, of course.
Yeah. How else would it make sense?
So we are doing Fusion Cuisine, and it's another Connie episode. Yay!
Yes, Stephen and Connie are watching trash television.
They're watching Under the Knife.
Yes, which is kind of like CSI meets Grey's Anatomy. It's almost like there's a
We're gonna go. Puts on glasses. Under the knife. Yeah!
Pretty much. I should note, in this scene, Stephen's sitting on the floor, Connie's on the bed, television's in the foreground. We can see Stephen's GameCube.
We can. I noticed it this time.
And his fine choice in taste in games.
I didn't see what the games were.
Animal Crossing and Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
two very fine choices.
Two of the best games ever made.
Give me a second. Original Animal Crossing?
Yes.
Agreed.
Yes, because the original Animal Crossing, for those who don't know, had hidden Nintendo games in it.
Which was fun. It was cool. I liked it.
Yeah. And now they're making us buy amiibos.
Yeah, they are, which is kind of lame.
Yeah. God damn Animal Crossing. Why must I love it so?
It's Skylanders, really, that we need to blame. That was the start of it all.
Yeah. Physical DLC. What has the world come to? 1997, that's what. Back when we called DLC expansions.
They're talking of 1997. There's a new CD coming out that we should all go and listen to. I can't remember the full title, but it's by Glory Hammer, and it's 1992. Like 1992 space opera or something along those lines.
Look, the only year-based album I listened to that was about space is 2112 by Rush. Quite legitimately one of the greatest albums ever made.
Yeah, I did very much enjoy it, but I'd be hesitant to call it one of the best. But let's not get sidetracked because I have no coffee.
This is not our prog rock podcast.
That's for later year.
You may actually do that one day.
I don't.
You don't like prog rock?
No, I like it. I'm just, when it comes to music, I
very hard
listen to it.
Yeah.
But I don't go into deep lore.
It's very difficult to discuss music.
And I don't know, I'll just kind of like name one of the only bands that I actually know the band members of, just to kind of like give you an example of how it would go. It's like, oh yeah, I love Tenacious D. They're like one of my favourite bands, one of like the first bands I was like properly listening to. Who's Jack Black?
A mediocre actor.
Yeah, I mean he's in films. He's in the band? Huh, I never knew. I never put those two facts together. Of course, he was in The Pick of Destiny. How could I be so ignorant? And that would be every episode.
Well, you don't have to talk about the band members, you can just talk about the construction of the music. But, you know, we'd be terrible at that. Because we know less about music than we do about cartoons.
It would be like, yes, I liked this song. The music was good.
I particularly liked the bit where it went squiddly doodly doo.
So, essentially it would be exactly the same as this podcast. Like, I like this episode. It did this thing.
Yeah. But, you know, at least this proves we're not the godless heathens who don't like music. By which I mean our friend Laurie.
He likes, well, he does like music, but he doesn't like kind of songs. He listens to, like, soundtracks and stuff.
Yeah, he listens to film soundtracks. He's a godless heathen.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, while Connie and Stephen are watching trash television and we're discussing prog rock, Connie's mother calls. There's an interesting little bit of physicality in this. Before she answers, Connie puts her glasses on. Now, as we know, Connie doesn't require her glasses anymore.
But just in case her mother sees,
she keeps them around. She is full of lies.
She is actually full of lies. That's what this episode is kind of mainly about.
Yeah, I mean, she's clearly a bad influence on Stephen.
Clearly. But no, it's just kind of the fear of parents that, you know, you have when you're that young.
Well, I've never really feared my parents.
Well, you had a weird childhood.
Yeah, I was able to discuss things with my parents as an adult from a very young age.
I don't know, I think, like, from my perspective, this is, like, a very kind of real thing that happens. Like, even, like, when answering the phone, do you not kind of do that thing where you, like, have your voice, your phone voice?
I don't know, I don't answer the phone.
Bring it back.
Well,
I think this is a very real situation.
okay. Well, from your perspective, I'm sure it is. Living in terror of one's parents.
Well, not anymore. I'm just like saying that when you're young, it's like, oh no, we can't tell parents this because they won't understand.
You see, I feel like I'm the Stephen in this situation.
Maybe.
But then we have a really funny line. So, Connie's mother would like to speak to Stephen's mother.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the nearest gem is Garnet.
Yes.
Would you like me to read the transcript of what she says?
As long as you do it in the deadpan kind of enunciation, deadpan delivery that Garnet does it in.
Very well. Hello. This is Mom Universe. Yes. The children are playing swords. Sorry, playing with swords. They're bleeding. Oh no, they're dead. Don't call again.
There you go. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I panicked. I don't know. You did okay.
I'm no Estelle.
But yeah, that was just great. Was this before or after Connie calls like the gems nuclear?
That comes in the next scene. Sometime later, Stephen is dressing a cake.
Of course.
It looks like a very tasty cake.
Mm-hmm. He's not dressing it very well though.
Oh, he's frosting the top.
Yeah, but he's not doing the frosting very well.
He's only a child.
As far as we know.
Yes, he may be billions of years old. So, Connie's mother won't let Connie come over anymore.
Because...
Until they get to meet Stephen's parents.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them.
Yeah. Because Connie lied. She is full of lies.
Yes.
Lies! Liar!
And because she told her family that Stephen had a nuclear family.
Mm-hmm. Which Stephen is quite insulted by, because although they blow up literally everything, it's not because they're nuclear, it's because they're gems.
It's because they're magic.
Yeah.
To which,
not because they're radioactive, that's silly.
To which Connie responds in the voice of someone who explains things a lot to Stephen.
Mm-hmm. So that's the voice of everyone.
Yeah. That nuclear means two adults and their children and or child.
Mm-hmm.
Which I like the lack of gendered pronouns there.
Oh, well, it's because the Steven Universe following lives on Tumblr.
Steven Universe is often called Tumblr the Show.
But it's good.
Well, one of the characters you have to remember is made out of tiny lesbians.
That is true. And she is a woman of colour.
Yes, red.
Well, yeah, but she's basically... I don't know, there's just... I don't know, she's got the glasses, she's got the disco kind of jumpsuit, she's got the hair. There's like a term for that kind of specific genre of kind of that particular style.
Which is?
I can't remember. I don't even know what my own style is.
Schlub?
Maybe? I don't know. Don't ask me these questions.
Very well. We'll continue with the show. So once again, sometime later, Stephen is trying to pick which of the gems to bring to dinner.
And I think the obvious choice would be Pearl.
Yes, but this is dinner. As we learn.
Yeah, and Pearl can just say, actually, I'm one of the crystal gems. I don't eat. Please forgive me.
I don't think it would occur to them to say that.
Because it's just so illogical to say something like that. It's just so illogical to explain she doesn't eat because she gets all of the energy she needs from her gem.
Well, when you're pretending to be human in this context, I guess, yes.
Was she pretending to be human?
Well, pretending to be normal.
Well, this is normal for her.
Hmm. Also, she seems to be kind of sickened being around people who eat.
Yeah, but she's... well...
Though, to be fair, that might just be because Amethyst is so gross in this scene.
I remember a long while ago, you were just, telling me I can't remember... Maybe it was, one of the earlier episodes where she's picking her nose. And I was like, dude, that's gross. And you were like, you think that's gross? Wait till you get a load of this. And it was that image from this episode that you sent me. Where she's just kind of... disgusting. She's oozing out of every orifice.
It's horrifying.
And it's just... Amethyst, you're the fun mom. Who's kind of also gross. And when Stephen calls you gross, then you've got a problem. But yeah, so you've got Amethyst, who is just completely unruly, gross, not someone you want to watch eating. You've got Garnet, who has previously said, oh yes, the children are playing with swords and now they're dead.
But to be fair...
And then you've got Pearl, who is respectable, responsible, and can actually talk to humans.
Yes, but also thinks very little of them.
Which, given Connie's parents, I think would make her get along quite swimmingly with them.
Very true.
They don't seem to have very much respect for other humans either.
Though, to be fair, they did seem to like Garnet quite a lot. Because of her authoritarian attitude.
Yes.
But, yeah.
But I don't know, because... Well, you're basically skipping ahead and they're kind of telling off Stephen and doling out punishments. But it's really only Amethyst who doesn't.
Because she's the fun mom.
Exactly.
But, yeah, so, Stephen is bemoaning this choice. Because I think it's fair not to force one of your friends and family to be in a situation they're uncomfortable with. So, you force all of your friends and family into a giant amalgam of each other.
Well, it's just... I think Greg says something which gives Stephen the idea that if they just kind of fuse, because they're only allowed one female, one mother, and one father. So we've already got Greg, and it's one of the gems. Or all three, because they're gems, they can fuse together. And we just kind of think, well, Sugilite was actually quite large, but Opal was not,
kind of regular size.
But she was a giant woman, but she was regular size. She was not absurd. And then we see Alexandrite, was it?
Yes.
Yes. Who is absurd. Even
And
more
horrifying.
absurd than Sugilite. We don't see just how horrifying yet, though. But yeah, he
also,
yeah.
Stephen plays a brilliant guilt-tripping card. To get them to fuse.
Oh yes. Well, basically, they try to explain to Stephen that fusing is it's high-level gem magic. It's not to be used lightly. It's life and death situations. They can't just kind of go around doing it.
It's not a party trick.
No, they are not peddlers of cheap tricks.
And to be honest, Stephen's line here is pretty smooth.
Are you going to recount this tale as well?
Yes. Because I have the transcript, which you shall have to get up in future. I'll never get to see Connie again. Oh, Connie, I'll never know a star that shines as bright as you. Sobs. And then Garnet's like, we have no choice.
We need to do it for the Stephen.
Well, wouldn't you do it for the Stephen?
I think it would be pretty hard to say no to the Stephen.
I mean, he is a pure cinnamon roll. Too good for this world.
Too good for this world.
So, this giant woman.
Kind of just steps over the hills in the background to kind of get to dinner.
Carrying Greg and Stephen.
Mm-hmm. Greg, who's kind of going along with this, is like, hello. Hello, Connie's parents. This is my wife, Mrs. Universe.
To be fair, he describes her as a massive drink of water.
Rather than just a tall glass of water, which I don't get that, but I've heard it elsewhere.
Yeah. I guess because it's a refreshing drink?
I have no idea where it comes from. I just don't know.
The 1950s.
It's a saying.
But we finally get to see Mr. and Dr. Maheshwaran, Connie's parents.
The father was beach security, I think we've said.
Yes, he is nearly a cop.
Mm-hmm.
The mother is a doctor of some description.
We find that out later in quite humorous circumstance.
So they begin. Alexandrite begins munching on breadsticks.
All of them.
And then we realise that her face is not her face.
Do we realise that? Because she's got like the two mouths.
Well, basically, what looks like her face is just a mask that lifts up.
Well, yeah, but I think that's only when Amethyst starts talking through Alexandrite and kind of like, give me more breadsticks! Ah!
No, that's what she eats through.
I thought she ate through both. I'm sure that like both open.
Maybe, I don't remember. I think the design is actually a reference to Evangelion.
Possibly. I've never seen that anime. I know that it's like one of the kind of big ones that you need to have watched, but yeah.
I haven't either, but that's just because
you're not a weeaboo, like I purport to be.
Yeah, let's go with that. I have a healthy social life.
Best joke of the podcast.
I haven't seen anyone in months. Forever alone.
Talking on Skype is fine. I mean, talking on the internet is fine. We don't talk about actual products. Now, excuse me while I drink another swig of my Pepsi.
The most refreshing beverage on the market.
That's better than Coca-Cola. So yes, we're talking about Alexandrite and how cool she is.
Yeah.
The arguments start pretty quickly with
because the lies are constant.
The lies kind of get out of hand. They kind of ask. Well, they ask Greg what. Well, they ask both of them what they do for a living, and Greg's like, "Well, I run my own business. I run the car wash in town." What does Mrs. Universe do? And then Stephen's like, "Apple farm. She uses her many arms to pick apples." And then it's like, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's like, yes. Alexandrite says, yes. I hate apples. No, I hate doctors. Like,
yeah.
I am a doctor.
Also, it should be noted, the place they're eating at is the Crab Shack. Which is a reference to My Name is Earl.
There is a Crab Shack in My Name is Earl?
So, you know, Stephen and Connie begin arguing about their lies.
Well, they excuse themselves and then kind of argue about their lies.
And, you know, then, sadly, they unfuse.
Yeah, they start arguing and then they kind of pop apart, and then Connie's parents are like, the hell is this noise?
It's like, okay, that is one of the strangest things I've seen. Pearl and Amethyst start arguing because Pearl was forced to eat breadsticks.
Which was incredibly gross.
And then Garnet, in a Three Stooges-esque moment, summons her gauntlet and smacks them both on the head.
We're doing this for Stephen. You're screwing it up.
Yep. To be honest, I'm surprised Amethyst doesn't go whoop, 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 whoop.
That's something which could have happened.
And then then the Maheshwarans and start arguing with them, and then there comes a moment in the episode I don't really feel doesn't feel right story-wise to me.
Where Connie and Stephen get on the bus and run away?
Yeah, they have a graduate moment.
Well, you need to get your quota of film references into the episode.
We've already had an Evangelion reference.
Yes, but we need more than one.
Well, Three Stooges, that's 2.
We need more than 2.
As far as I'm aware, there wasn't a My Name Is Earl movie, so... No, there hasn't been a CSI movie yet. Though I'm surprised there hasn't, to be honest.
Well, they have, feature-length episodes, I think.
That's true, so that counts.
They're basically just TV movies. So we need more than 3. God, come on, kid.
Anyway, They have a graduate moment. They run off to the back of a bus. Because, they cannot live without each other.
Well, they're kids, they're young, they're impulsive, and they think they're never going to see each other again.
And, Stephen hopes to find a real apple farm.
Yeah, because apples.
And then Alexandrite is chasing the bus.
Yep, they refuse because this is
An
deadly,
emergency.
life-threatening situation.
Well, who knows what this strange Connie girl might do to their Stephen.
He was just kidnapped the other day, he's just being kidnapped again today. It's just too much for them to bear.
To be fair, that seems like a logical conclusion.
Yeah, he was kidnapped recently, so they might be a bit on edge. But still, he could have kind of done a lesser fusion. I'm sure Opal could have caught up with the bus, or...
And they couldn't afford Sugarlight, so...
And, I don't know, I think that even Garnet probably could have just caught up with the bus.
Extendo arms, Mom.
Extendo arms, super fast. I don't know, I think, well...
Can literally see the future. I know that's a spoiler for you technically, but I don't care anymore.
Oh, can literally see the future.
You heard nothing?
I heard nothing. I will hear nothing. I didn't hear anything.
So Alexandrite brings them back to the crab shack, defuses, and then they all start telling them off.
Well, Drake, Garnet and Pearl do.
No, Amethyst does as well.
Really? What does Amethyst say?
That they might have been thrown in prison, though I feel that's
Oh.
more from personal experience than as a threat.
I don't know, that's kind of like the thing that it's like, I should probably say something. I don't know what to say. I'll say this. It's like, just say something.
Oh no, the moment's gone. Don't say it now, don't say it now.
It's like, could have been thrown in prison. Damn it.
Too late.
And then it's like, no supper for 1,000 years. And Pearl's is like, no, we're not gonna starve you. We're just gonna take away your TV privileges for 1,000 years. And I don't know, maybe this would have been a good kind of moment to bring back the not punishment.
But yes, then Greg finishes off the telling off with a disapproving look and because we love you, Stephen.
We're telling you off because we love you.
Yeah.
This impresses Connie's parents.
Yes, the Maheshwarans are impressed by their keen parenting skills.
And they kind of exclaim that what they like to say is, it's for your own good, rather than because we love you. Although that is one of their favourite ones as well.
Yeah, and Mr. Maheshwaran compliments Garnet on 1,000 years of no dinner. It's pretty funny. To which Garnet replies, all comedy is derived from fear.
And then he laughs nervously. It's like, yep, you are funny.
I thought it was a very genuine laugh.
I think it was nervous laughter. He seemed very nervous to me.
He seems like a nervous fellow.
Yes. Probably because of his wife.
She's a little overbearing. Well...
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
am I allowed to use gendered pronouns? Do I have to say significant other? Do I have to say marriage partner?
Well, no, gender pronouns are allowed in this instance. They're their preferred pronouns.
Yes,
He
but they
is mi-
haven't directly stated what their preferred
Yeah.
pronouns are.
It's quite clear that they are Mr. and Doctor.
Yes, and doctor is gender neutral.
True. I believe the best way to deal with this situation is say, "Curse you, Tumblr," and cry towards the heavens.
But we can't curse Tumblr, Keir.
Well, it's not like they watch the show. If all of Tumblr watched the show, we might be able to make money out of this shit.
So we need to insult them to get them here so they can be angry at us.
Yes.
Yes. But let's not.
Anger brings views, but sadly neither of us have the energy to be angry. So, all ends well. Connie is allowed to hang out with Stephen. Connie and Stephen hug, and are forcibly separated.
By Mr. Connie's parent,
Maheshwaran.
Maheshwaran, at the behest of Dr. Maheshwaran.
And it's quite an impressive separation. It's just a...
Just
And
kind of a
between-
scooch.
Yeah, it's quite impressive.
He is beach security.
Of course, the Phantom theory is he's actually Black Ops, but I don't believe that.
No, I don't believe it either.
No, it's too contrived for a magical girl show starring an overweight boy.
I agree.
But, everything ended well, and so has the episode.
And I like this episode.
Mm-hmm.
It automatically gets a point boost for having a new gem fusion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all 3 of the gems, which is pretty awesome.
I should note that Garnet's made of tiny lesbians, but this was actually the first major hint that she's made of 2 people.
How so?
When Alexandrite defuses, you notice that it is noticed in the stills of the episode that 4 figures fall.
I missed that.
In the defusion, 4 figures fall.
Although I did only watch this episode once because problems with the kind of hosting site that I watched it on.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, maybe an episode was taken down or something. Or
sometimes they just get misposted and stuff.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they post them stitched together with another episode.
I'm not sure what happened, but it was, I don't know. I watched Garnet's Universe instead, which I quite enjoyed as well. But yes,
Save that for next week.
That's for next week. I did enjoy this episode. Again, it's Connie, who's probably my favourite human character. I can't wait for her to learn sword fighting.
That's a ways off, I'm afraid.
It is a ways off, but I don't know. We can wait. And what else was I saying? Connie, which is good. We get to see Connie's parents, and they're very fun to watch. We get to see new gem fusion, which is awesome. It's also a very funny episode. There's lots of great lines, and I really like Greg in this episode as well. There are a few where he's a bit flat, but in this one, I don't know, I really enjoyed his presence. And yeah, I think the scripting for this was really good. It was quite strong.
Excellent.
Your thoughts?
Overall, this is a good episode. I mean, I wouldn't put it as one of the strongest episodes. Narratively, I felt it was weak in parts. But, and also I feel like the whole problem wasn't resolved.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to see in future actions of Connie, because all of the lies are kind of on the table. The parents know everything, and nothing bad's happened.
Well, no, they don't know about her glasses yet.
That is true. Oh, and I think you have said that she kind of keeps up that ruse.
Yeah, and I feel,
but
that's a.
I don't know. Is that a bit bigger, like given how they acted when they were just hugging. It's like, oh yes, well Stephen's healing spit cured me.
Well, then you just have to say Stephen's healing backwash.
Yeah. Or you could, I don't know. Could you just say Stephen's healing powers? Because then if they do ask further questions, then it's just like,
Well, and also there's the fact that Stephen has healing abilities, and Dr. Maheshwaran is a doctor. A medical doctor.
That I'm not sure how that would go down.
And also a fairly strict stickler for proper medical procedure. So magical spit, I don't think is standard medical practice.
I'm not sure if she would approve.
Yeah. Or whether she'd start harvesting Stephen's spit for medical use.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Anything could happen.
Well, I'll find out in September.
Oh yes, because we've got the episode in the hospital.
Yes. Which I can confirm Dr. Maheshwaran is in.
Of which we are pleased. Dr. Maheshwaran and Lion, wasn't it?
No, well, Stephen's there.
Stephen's there, and so is Stephen's sword, but we're not sure if Lion is.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and how long is it until we get to like Lion 3?
2 more episodes.
Oh, okay, so not too long.
Well, actually, episode after next, I should say.
Oh, so are we going to be talking about it next week?
Week after.
Okay, so our next episode.
Yeah, that's what I meant, sorry.
Okay.
Next week is Garnet's Universe and Watermelon Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
The week after that is Lion 3 Straight to Video and Warp Tour.
Ooh, Warp Tour, that sounds interesting.
Warp Tour is actually the first episode of 2015.
Ooh, so we are catching up. It feels
Steadily.
like it anyway.
Yeah. So,
See, I enjoyed both of these episodes. I think they were both kind of, well, I think that Fusion Cuisine was like the stronger episode, but I enjoyed watching both of them.
Well, they were fun. Talk us out.
Okay, thank you for watching. We've been Expletives Included. I've been Dan, this has been Keir. Thanks for watching, and good night.
Good night. And keep watching the stars.
And watch out for snake people. Or Sneeple, as some of them like to be known.
Good night.
Good night.